Hi, I'm Benjamin Hunting with Auto Bytel, and I'm here today with the 2015 Subaru Legacy. The Subaru Legacy has been completely redesigned for the current model year, and it's a very important vehicle for Subaru. This is the car their hope puts them on the map in the midsize segment. Until now, most people have associated Subaru with crossovers, the Outback, the new Crosstrek, and the Forester, which is fine. They're happy to sell a lot of those vehicles, and they do sell a lot of those vehicles. But they would like to sell more four-doors, cars like the Legacy and the Impreza, but especially the Legacy. Have they been able to accomplish their goals? Is this vehicle as competitive as it needs to be in order to steal sales away from cars like the Camry, the Fusion, and the Accord? That's what I'm here in California, Big Sur, California, to find out. So what's new with the 2015 Subaru Legacy? Quite a bit, actually. There's a new structure underneath that uses more high-strength steel. The result, not only is it safer, Subaru is always known for its safety. In fact, cars from Subaru were passing the offset impact test, the front offset test, before they were even designed to do that. This new car was designed to do that. So the steel's in the bumpers, it's in the A-pillars and the B-pillars. You get greater torsional rigidity and better rigidity overall. The car is also quieter than before. It has a revamped interior. The model that I'm riding in right now is one of the lower trims, but even so, quite a nice stereo system. It's easy to use. The logic is simple. It's a huge improvement over what you used to get with Subaru midsize sedans or even crossovers like the Outback. And the materials overall has a nice soft touch feel to them. The seats of this vehicle are cloth, but there's leather, or at least leather feel, on the door panels, on the center console, and even have a leather look on the dash. Subaru has also made changes to the EyeSight safety system for 2015. EyeSight is two cameras that are mounted at the top of the windshield. They do things like run the lane keeping system, picks up the lines on either side of the road, and gives you a warning if you're to stray. It also gives the car adaptive cruise control. It can actually, now it's using color cameras. They're smaller than before, so it picks up whether the brake lights in front of you on the vehicle that you're following are pulsing or flashing on and off or whatever, and allows the car that much more time to react to what is a potential collision. The car can come to a complete stop if it has to automatically. It can also assist you in braking. It's a very useful system and it works. Something else that's new for Subaru for the 2015 Legacy is a continuously variable transmission is now standard across the board, whether you order the 4-cylinder engine or the more robust 3.6-liter horizontally opposed 6-cylinder engine. This is actually not a bad thing. I know some people out there have been burned by bad CVT implementations. I personally have driven a few that haven't performed up to par, but the Subaru unit is a good one. It acts like a stepped traditional automatic transmission under certain circumstances. There's paddle shifters that actually work fairly well, so not necessarily for performance in the base 4-cylinder, but I was coming down a very steep hill earlier, and I was able to use the paddle shifters to slow the car down, and it held the speed very, very smoothly. In the 3.6R, which is a quicker model, yes, the paddle shifters actually are engaging when you're shifting through the gears. Its approach is fun. And overall, unless you're completely flooring the gas, you're not really going to notice any of that drone that's so characteristic of a CVT, where it just pegs the engine at a certain RPM and keeps it there. That happens with this car, with your foot to the floor, but you also get those step shift points from time to time under those circumstances. It's not a sports sedan, and I'll qualify that by saying the car does go where you point it. It's not an unengaging vehicle to drive, and you also have a dual valve shock that's available on certain trim levels of the 3.6R model. But the feedback from the road and the chassis is designed more with comfort in mind, with stability. Through the corners, if you're very aggressive, you'll notice the rear end move out a little bit. The all-wheel drive, which is standard with every Legacy, does a very good job of sticking the car to the road, so you don't have to worry about a loss of traction. But it's not the kind of vehicle you want to throw through the corners. It's comfortable on a twisty road, but it's not a sports sedan. I have enough power to do what I need to do. It's not particularly quick, it's not particularly slow. It's got that Subaru quality when I mash the pedal. The 3.6 is noticeably faster, has a nice exhaust note. Again, not a stupendously quick vehicle, but one that does feel more in keeping with a vehicle of this weight. The car's a tiny little bit heavier than it was before. It's not significant. The chassis, the body in white, is lighter, but the additional luxury features, the additional interior niceties, and some of the safety equipment has created a little bit of a weight increase. Subaru has also added a new airbag for 2015. So this new airbag actually inflates in the seat, lifts up your legs, and prevents you from submarining or sliding out from your seatbelts and potentially injuring yourself severely. Subaru's logic is that instead of having you hit an airbag as you slide out, it makes more sense to prevent you from sliding out by adjusting the seat. It's an interesting idea. I hope it's something I never have to test, but I'm glad that somebody is thinking about it. Overall, I think the 2015 Legacy is doing a good job of meeting the stated goals of Subaru, namely to become a player in the midsize segment. This car stands tall alongside vehicles certainly like the Altima, like the Ford Fusion, like the Camry, like the Accord. It might not have the same name appeal as any of those vehicles, but I can assure you that it drives just as nice, especially in the base trim, compared to some of the more stripped-down models that you'll find from other automakers. I think Subaru has set themselves up very well with this vehicle as a launching point to kind of push them into greater awareness from buyers about what's possible in a sedan from the brand.